Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Yung Tran, and I am the Programs Associate of the National Asian Pacific Islander American Chamber of Commerce and Entrepreneurship, also known as National ACE. I'm excited to be here today to be your Google expert. These workshops are designed to teach you how to take advantage of all the free resources Google has to offer and take your business to the next level. These workshops are intended for entrepreneurs, business owners, and startups. We are proud to host these webinars as part of our AAPI Strong webinar series. So without further ado, let's talk about reaching customers online with Google. So whether you're with a group of friends looking for a bite to eat, or you're just laying in bed thinking about what to get your friend for their birthday, the first thing people do is search online. People get their information online. People get most of their information online, and more people are making purchase orders online. This year and every year moving forward, there has been an 80% increase of local businesses. Searches and mindsets have changed in the pandemic, with 61% of customers seeking the benefit of online buying and pickup orders, which means your website may actually be your new front door. So to attract these customers, it's so important to increase your online presence. So the agenda today, we will be talking about how Google search works, which everyone knows how it works, but there are a couple of nuances I can touch upon. Then we'll talk about how to reach customers with search engine optimization, then create your business profile, amplify with online advertising, recap and resources, and then a short Q&A if there's any questions after this webinar. So feel free to send your questions to the Q&A section on Zoom. And so let's talk about how Google search works. So it starts with a search. Think of a library, a giant library with billions and billions of books. Google is the library, and each website is a book. And what Google does is Google looks at not only at each book, but each page of the book. And so to help optimize your business online, we have to translate your website in a language that Google understands. And so when a search happens, what happens behind the scene is Google scans the website, categorizes that information, and then ranks that information on which result is the most useful. And so when you Google yoga pants, Google is going through each and every page to see what's the most relevant in regards of where is the search located? Was the page updated recently? Are there pictures of yoga pants? And so much more. And in less of a second, Google shows what we all see, the main Google page. And for today's workshop, we'll focus on the 3 ways that your business can appear in the results. That is the organic search section, the business profile section, and the text ad section. Let me know if I'm going too fast. So to reach customers with search engine optimization, or SEO, sorry, give me 1 second. So now that we know a little bit more about how Google works and how Google categorizes that information, we'll talk about the different ways where we can up your website. We can increase your ranking on Google, so your website appears on the top. And so let's talk about organic results on Google search. These are the results on the center of the page, and you cannot pay to be on this section. The only way you can be on the section is to be the most useful answer. And so to become the most useful answer, you have to increase your online presence and use SEO. And so SEO is just a fancy way of saying how to make your websites better for search engines. And this includes making your website more visible, connecting with customers, increase potential sales. And I can do a whole presentation on SEO, but we don't need to today. What we need to understand today is that SEO is not scary and is not complicated, and you do not need a tech background to take advantage of Google and its resources. What you need to do is 3 things. First, focus on your content. We need to publish great content, publish relevant content and original content, and it should be useful and accurate. And then the second thing you do is have useful page titles and descriptions. This is where keywords come in and the importance of keywords. What a lot of businesses fall into is they would name their homepage, and of the billions of websites, that doesn't help Google and that doesn't help our customers. And so if you are selling yoga pants and your name is Samantha, your title should be Samantha's Yoga Pants, right? And so we need to make sure all of our pages are correctly titled and all the descriptions have all the keywords that customers need, customers can search to find your site. And then the last thing is to be organized. Organize your content in a way that it's easy to understand, customers can fly through it, and Google can read it. So I would love to introduce this free tool that Google uses, that Google has for you to use. And it's called Google Trends. And what Google Trends is a tool that you can search up what term is popular for your product. And so if you're selling bubble tea, some people might call it boba tea. And you might think that there isn't much of a difference, but if you don't have boba on your website and someone's searching for your product, you might not show up. And so it's so important to go on g.co/trends, to go on Google Trends, to search and compare the difference between boba and bubble. And in that way, you can then optimize the keywords on your website to attract more customers, and then also see how words change over time. And so right now you can take a second to just go on Google Trends and search it up and check out how does it look like. And so actually I might do it myself and go on Google Trends. Let me know if you see it and let me know if you don't. But as we can see right here, we have our ads. We don't have a business profile on the site, but we do have the top organic search, the most relevant search, which is Google Trends. And we're gonna search boba tea and compare it to bubble tea. And so now you can see boba is actually more popular than bubble. But depending on where you're at, if you're a restaurant in the East Coast, you might want to use bubble tea instead of boba tea, because boba tea is more popular in California. And then they actually break down on what other things people search for. We see Sonic boba, we see Yumi boba, we see what's the most common things they search with the other 2 key search words. And then an unpopular term might be tapioca. And so you might call it tapioca, and you see that not a lot of people use that. If that's the case, then you might want to consider using bubble or boba. Got it? Get it? Great. And so going back, oops, I'm sorry. My bad, technical difficulties. Okie dokie, we are back. Okay, and so that's how you use Google Trends. And so there are actually two other tools we can use. And these two other tools are great for your website. And so what you need to know is that we want a fast loading website. And also we want your website to appear on all browsers, all devices, and look beautifully. And to do this, you can use Google's Test My Site tool and Google's Search Console tool. And so the Test My Site tool, which you can find on g.co/testmysite, is a tool where you can just pop in your website, click on Get a Report, and it'll tell you how long your website takes to pop up on the screen. And I don't know if you're like me, but when I'm searching for something and the website is slow, I immediately just go to the next option. We do not want that to happen for you and your customers. And so it's so important to test how quickly your website loads up on Google, and in different ways that you can make it go faster. And then Google Search Console is another tool where you can use where Google tries to find better ways to help you. And so Google will look at your website in the customer's perspective and gives you suggestions on different things you might want to do. And then you can also ask Google to update things. You can send Google a request to check your website for news and update content. So you can do that right now. Just search up your website to see what does that look like. When you search your website on Google, what pops up? And is that how you want it to pop up? And if your website doesn't show up, then what else is being shown up? Is it your competitors? Is it, another business? Is it your, partner business? Let's see what is currently there so we can improve on how to make sure that yours is there and at the top. Now, moving on to creating your business profile. Some of you might already have this, some of you might not. I will briefly touch over it so that everyone can have an idea of what it is. So the Google Business Profile is what helps you stand out on Google. If you are the most relevant Google search, then it will pop up on the side with your restaurant, your business, reviews, your name, your website, your phone number, all that relevant information for your customer. To create a business profile, just visit google.com/business. It's completely free. You do not have to pay anything to be on Google Business. If anything, they want more information on Google, and so you're helping them out. So what you want to do is complete all that business information, add photos, add videos, and then what you can also do is add any other features you might have. like bookings, products, services. Here you can engage with customers, with posts, with reviews, with messaging. A lot of business owners might ask, oh, if there is a bad review, how do I take it off? Google cannot actually take off the review unless it violates certain guidelines. And so what you need to do as a business owner is to be professional, be attentive, respond to that comment in a professional manner, and help rectify the situation or justify your situation. And so to confirm that the business is yours, what you do is you go on google.com/business, complete the profile. A postcard will be sent to your business address. All you need to do is sign it and verify the code online, and they will confirm that that business is yours, and you can update that information as much as you want. Now, moving on to online advertising. This is actually a preview of next week's webinar. Next week's webinar is on advertising basics. And so I can definitely go into more depth then. But right now, the third way of getting on Google is ads, of course. So on Google, what you can do is you can be on the top of the page. You can control your ads and your budget. You only pay when customers take action. So Google is a click per pay site. And so only when a customer clicks on your site where you have to pay for that customer. Isn't that great? And then Google also tracks and measures the success of your ad. And so you don't have to do that yourself. And so what you can do is you can start a campaign, and you can set it up in a few steps. Here's a checklist of what you want to check as you're starting a campaign. What is your goal? Does it connect to your business profile or business info? Do you have all the relevant stuff on your website that will connect to that ad? Is your ad compelling? Does your ad have all the keywords in the locations? Set up your daily budget on how much you're willing to spend per day for that ad, and then you launch it. So walking that through step by step, you start with your goal. So what's your main goal on this advertisement? Do you want more phone calls? Do you want more people to sign up for something? Do you want more sales? Do you want more people to come visit your location? You know, more specific the goal, the better, so you can track the successfulness of that. And make sure you have your business profile up, as we mentioned before. You enter your business name. You make sure you have your link to your website, so the ad leads directly to where you want it to lead. If you want it to lead to a specific purchase page, you can also do that. They'll let you review what people see. And so there's what people see on their mobile devices and what people see on their desktops. And then you write your ad. So 3 headlines and 2 description lines. And then you can add your phone number on that too. And so on my next webinar, I'll break down how to best utilize your ad and how to best get customers to come to your website. And then keywords, which I will also mention on the next webinar. The next thing is also where your ads can appear. So it can appear next to specific codes, specific zip codes, specific websites, specific regions, specific cities, you know, near a certain address. We can get very detailed when it comes to Google Ads. And then your daily budget. It's not as expensive as people might think. Some people might set it $3 per day for a maximum of $91, or maybe $6 per day. So as you can see here, $6 per day with a maximum of 182 budget, you can get an estimate of 200 to 430 clicks each month. And so it's a great way to get customers to come to your business. You review all of these things on your campaign and you launch your ad. So after you launch that ad, what then? We can go into Google Analytics, which is another webinar that I'll be doing in the next couple of days. But with Google Analytics, you can figure out what's working and what's not working for you. We'll cut out all the keywords that you don't need to use, add keywords you might want to use, schedule when your ads can appear, on what time, what day, monitor the performance, edit or pause anything at any time. And that concedes our webinar. And so let's do a quick recap. There are 3 ways to appear on Google: text ad, organic results, and your business profile. And next steps are go to Google Trends, go to Test My Website, search on go to Google Council, use all these free tools to optimize your website and optimize how you use Google. Make sure that your website is on Google Business, and also check out Google Ads to pay for some interactions with your customers. And so other resources from this workshop is the CEO Starter Guide, Google Accounts, Google for Small Businesses, Google On Air, Grow with Google, Google Premiere. There's so many different Google tools that you can be using, and I'll break them down as we're going through our different webinars the following weeks. But you can continue your education with Grow with Google and National ACE, register to our free workshops, and enhance your digital skills and grow your business. And so you can go to you can sign up for more trainings on our National ACE Small Business Recovery Resource Center, which you can find on our National ACE site, or go directly to acesmallbusiness.org. Find our Grow with Google page and sign up for our Grow with Google webinars. You can also find recordings of previous webinars. We've had one about how to get your local business on Google Search and Maps with our wonderful program marketing manager, Emily. And then you can also sign up for next trainings. The next one is next week, next Monday at the same time. Learn the basics of Google Ads. I am happy to answer any questions you might have. And let me actually stop sharing. Okay. I see that we currently have no questions, so it means I did a wonderful job at this. And so we can actually cut our webinar short today. And so thank you so much for joining us today with our Go with Google with National ACE. And thank you so much for being part of our API Strong campaign. And I hope that you are with us at our next webinars and our upcoming webinars moving forward. Bye.